I am going to change the entire trajectory of my family, and you can too. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You can do it.
You see, I'm trying to be the GOAT, just be Scotty at least. If you ain't driving where I'm going, at least go sign on the lease. I'm saying though, tell me that I am enough.
So growing up, I had all of the essentials I needed. I had loving parents that worked really hard and busted their butt to get me through school, pay for food, and obviously housing and stuff. But as you start to get older, you start to realize that I would like for things to be different. Sometimes we live check to check. Sometimes we had the lights go out. Sometimes we couldn't afford groceries all the time. And although we never starved, I just knew as I was an adult and as I started to kind of grow up and see the world a little differently, I said, I want to change this. I don't want this to be a continuous pattern. I don't want to just survive, but I want to thrive. And again, I had amazing parents. I love them to death. They put me in position to be able to do what I'm doing today with the help of God as well. And I am going to change the entire trajectory of my family. And you can too. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You can do it. Let's get into it. So right now I'm actually on the way to a trail right next to our neighborhood. The reason I'm going is because I need to lose weight. I actually last year went to Europe with my wife and a bunch of friends, and I lost about 25 pounds or so. But you know, me liking hamburgers and stuff, I ended up gaining a lot of it back, not all of it back, but since we're going back to Japan this summer, I want to be able to make sure that I slim down and kind of get ready for the beach. We're gonna go to Okinawa. So I thought that if I'm gonna walk around and try to lose weight, I might as well yap and talk about things I'm passionate about. And one thing I'm super passionate about is really helping people become the best version of themselves. Before we talk about how to end generational curses, do me a favor and like, comment, subscribe. I post weekly videos on motivation, inspiration, and achievement. Come along for the ride. The first thing I think you have to do is to realize that you can be the person to break those generational curses. You can be the person to change your entire family's lineage forever. It doesn't have to be your cousin who went to this nice school. It doesn't have to be, you know, that one other cousin who had parents that had a little bit of money. It doesn't matter. It can be you. You can start that. Everybody's success and growth looks different to an extent. So it won't always be this cookie cutter image of, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire now, or, you know, I'm gonna have, you know, a jet or whatever the case may be. It doesn't need to be that way. But what it can be is past your lineage, past your generation, you're gonna change everything for everybody that comes behind you. That should be the goal. And I would even argue that my dad did certain things in his life to be able to put me in position to be able to do things like this now. It looks different for every generation, for every person. The whole idea though is once you die, pass on, is your family gonna do better? I mean, hopefully you get to see it before you pass on, but the whole idea is like, are you creating change for the next generation? So again, the first thing I would say is you decide right now that you're gonna be that person to change everything. You can be that person, you can be that guy, you can be that girl. Do it for your family. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm from New Orleans and we don't really do hiking. I gotta go during the day. You know, I make sure to go bright and early. I ain't going in the evening because if it get dark and I get lost, y'all might never see me again, man. All right, now that you have decided that you are gonna be the one to change your trajectory of your entire family, now you gotta put the work in, now you gotta do the research. We live in an age where there is so much information on the internet, and there's almost no excuse now to not know how to learn how to do something. And of course, you learn how to do it from a knowledge perspective, and then you'll have to actually practice it and put it into work. But as far as in learning how to do something, YouTube, Google, there's so many different resources. And so one thing that I did is I wanted to change my family's financial future. So I started looking into people who knew what they were talking about. Now, you're going to find a lot of these quick gurus and they're going to want to get money out of you and stuff like that. A lot of the times, if you just understand those principles, you don't really have to pay for anything. Now, if you want to get more, in-depth knowledge about how to do something, you might have to pay for a course or two. But just to start off, just look at people like Dave Ramsey. I don't agree with everything Dave Ramsey says, but he teaches a lot of good values on how to get out of debt and basically how to set yourself up to be a millionaire, an everyday millionaire, as he calls it. Sometimes you just got to keep it simple. Like, for instance, I'm just going on a walk to lose weight. That's it. Obviously, I'm doing some other things like watching my diet, but it doesn't need to be this intense thing. I am going to simply walk. That's going to burn calories and I'm going to lose weight. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple, stupid. It does kind of suck that after I lost all that weight to go to Europe last summer, I gained a lot of it back. But, it happens. Such is life. There's ebbs and flows. And we shouldn't be mad that we have maybe, lost ground or whatever. The important part is that you have the ability to gain that ground back and gain more. So my goal was to get to 180. Now I'm going to go to 175. So I'm gonna start going to the gym. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on cardio and eating a caloric deficit. But I did it once. I know I can do it again. And I'll do it better this time. Okay, now that you have decided that you're gonna be the one to do it, you've done your research. Once you get it into practice and you've actually done it for yourself, start to spread that knowledge. Victory is nothing without people to celebrate it with and to have companions along that same route as you. It means nothing. Like, for instance, I got a cousin of mine and we had dinner last week and we were talking financials for like an hour and a half just on how we can better the family and make the family better. I wouldn't have known that had I not tried to share what I had learned. And then also she shared some things that she knew that I didn't know. And the idea is if you want the family to change, it can't just be you. It can start with you, but it can't just be you because ultimately they have to implement the same things that you're doing. You can't just hand out money and give things away for free. I mean, in times of need, that might be necessary, but from a longevity standpoint, you have to teach them how to fish and not just give them fish. So that might look like just having a conversation with people. That might just be asking questions. I know for me, I'm gonna talk to some family members about having a savings and having a budget. And for real, y'all, the goal should not be to gloat, to boast, to be proud or be arrogant. You are a servant to your family when you do something like this. Now, when you do it and you got money and you taking care of business, you might get a little cocky, and that's cool. Be proud of what you've done, but don't be a proud person. It's all meant to give it away. Everything I'm doing for generational change in my family is for me. I get to reap some of the benefits of it, obviously, but it's really for people who I may never meet. And it's for my kids who will be able to use these things once I don't exist anymore. So just remember that you are a servant, you're giving back. I live in Texas, y'all, and it feels good to have, this cold, but I know that summer's gonna come, it's gonna be hot. So I'm enjoying this right now because come the summer, even before then, it's gonna start to feel like a damn desert again. But that's it. I really just want to share and give perspective on things, and I'm hoping that if you watch this video, you gain value out of it. If you do, please do me a favor and like, comment, subscribe. If you want something else to watch, I'll link a video on screen right now where I talk about how to earn a $100,000 a year salary. All right, well, I'm out. I'll see you later. Just remember, with God, you can do anything. Peace.